Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about another YouTuber that goes by Dan Webz, and he created a video talking about what actually happened to Fetty Potter, and he actually reviews one of my videos without actually going through the rest of them to know the whole story. Alright, so here's the video what actually happened to Fetty Potter from Braille Skateboarding featuring Dan Webz. So let's take a look here and see what he has to say.
What's up, skaters? Hello and welcome back to another video. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be checking out what happened to Fetty Potter. Now, if you don't remember Fetty Potter, he was one of the people that was in Braille Skateboarding back in the day. I think about 3 years ago there was a massive drama that got him fired, got him kicked off the team, and I've always wondered what the hell happened, where has he gone? Now, there has always been a few rumors knocking about. Now, the rumor going around was that there was some potential foul play with Fetty Potter and an underage girl, but there's a couple of videos here that I want to check out. One that is what Braille Skateboarding and Fetty Potter don't want you to know, and the second one is apparently proof that he was innocent. So we're going to watch the first one and then go to the second one and see if we can find out whether or not that is the case. With all that
Alright, so he's only going over 2 videos where there's actually multiple videos, so let's see what he has to say.
being said, let's jump straight in.
Hey there everyone, welcome back. So today this video is about Braille
He's actually
Potter and what
watching my video.
want you to know.
I think I can fast forward this part because it was just basically explaining who Braille Skateboarding was if you didn't know who they were, as well as who Jason Semmel, aka Fetty Potter, was, which was one of their skaters and instructors.
Meeting up that day, but he actually lied and they were actually dating for a couple months, and there's all this evidence and like.
So according to this, Fetty's obviously dropped off a child back to their parents' home, and people are accusing the child of being only 14 years old, and at the time Fetty was 26, right? Now, I don't see why anyone...
Well, they weren't accusing the child of being 14, she actually was.
...of any brain power would think that dropping a 14-year-old girl that they thought or knew was 14 back to their home, their family home, would be a good idea. So this is already not sounding like, you know, all the truth is let out at once. So let's keep going.
Give each other hikeys and all that stuff. Braille ended up firing him off of Braille Skateboarding because of that. So he's no longer with Braille, but Braille Skateboarding ended up just trying to cover it all up. So Fetty Potter...
I don't think they were trying to cover it all up. It's more the fact that it's a legal situation, so you can't speak on a legal situation, especially as a massive corporation slash company.
I understand what you're saying. I guess better situation when somebody's getting caught doing something allegedly or any controversy, it's better just to get rid of the problem and, you know, technically swipe it under the rug. Yeah, they don't really want to announce it, but the thing is too is that they could have just said, yeah, we're letting somebody go based on certain circumstances. Regardless, they just didn't want to taint their image as well as ruin their brand because of one individual.
Oh yeah, well the situation is basically if one of your employees is caught with an underage girl, obviously you're gonna sweep that away from the company because you don't want to associate that.
Skateboarding.
Well, yeah, because you don't want it to ruin your company. That person's associate or your employee, you don't want them to ruin what you've created. And yeah, sometimes it's better just to ignore it and swipe it away and act like it doesn't exist. And other times it's better to acknowledge it and just basically come out and just say, hey, look, due to circumstances, this person is no longer working for us.
Although I would say that if that was the case, once the case was cleared, you would happily offer them the job back, right? I mean, the person who you fired probably wouldn't want the job back if you'd abandoned them when they're in that tough time. But as a company, you've got to see why they have to do stuff like that. Because if they didn't, then it would cause them way more damage than what one employee is worth.
That's true, but it makes me wonder why haven't they hired him back unless it was just they didn't want anything to do with that. Alright, so a lot of this is irrelevant if you don't know the whole situation and stuff. And he just basically talks about the quality being horrible, which at the time it was really bad. I think it was about 4 years ago that this happened.
You're gonna have a problem understanding. You know who I'm talking about.
It basically explains that Fetty Potter's fans were attacking people and going after everyone to try to take down this stuff.
More like Pedo Potter. So Fetty
I forgot I called him Pedo Potter.
Out of his way, contacted me directly and started to threaten to sue me. Didn't even have
God, why do they care, man? Literally, if this guy, not trying to be horrible or anything, right? But if I did something and I know I didn't do it myself, and this guy made a video on me, who gives a crap? As long as
Exactly.
you know you didn't do it in your mind, as long as you are sure that you are the person that you say you are, yo, who the hell gives a
Exactly.
crap what this dude has to say?
Facts.
Simple as that, really.
asked nicely to remove it. Nothing. Just right away, just message me, hey, if you don't take that down, I'm gonna sue you, kind of thing, attitude. I tried to
I
like
hate
talk
that
to him,
attitude.
like civilized, ask him what was going on, and he basically said, I didn't know her age, and that's it. So whatever happened, happened. I just didn't know her age, and just get rid of it. And then he ended up blocking me, which was crazy because I wanted to actually talk to him. I actually still want to talk to him, which would be pretty interesting to hear his side of the story. He hasn't even like come out or made a video, and like I said, Braille even just kind of covered it up. So a lot of people now are very upset, and once this information starts getting out even more, I'm pretty sure fans of Fetty as well as Braille are going to start realizing, hey, why didn't they actually like cover this, or why didn't they like talk about it, or
It's
what?
a legal situation!
Oh, he has an ad on this. All right. So that's the thing though, is Fetty Potter didn't even come out about it, regardless if it's a legal situation or not. He actually reached out to me, threatened to sue me, told me to take it down. We started talking before he blocked me, and he basically just said he didn't know her age. So I just wanted to show you that I did have the messages between myself and Fetty, and like I said, all he said was I didn't know she was 14. She told me she was 20, so I was under the impression that she was 20. We talked, yes, but I wasn't dating her. And when we continued talking, he ended up eventually blocking me. And this is the thing, is he actually sent me her Instagram and stated that they hung out 2 times before the last time, and she never told me that she was underage. But this is the thing, is that he directly lied to a police officer saying that it was the first day dropping her off, and then he's telling me something completely different. So, if he's gonna lie about that, what else is he gonna lie about? Especially if you're gonna lie about something so minuscule of I only met her that day or I've hung out with her a few times to something really serious. And then, like I said, he ended up blocking me. And I'm a pretty easygoing guy. And if Fetty Potter reached out to me and asked me to delete the videos, or even Braille reached out and told me to delete the videos, I would have deleted the videos, man. If anybody has issues with the videos I produce, they can just reach out and we can talk. You don't need to like threaten each other with like legal action or anything else. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me why somebody can't just straight up just be like, hey man, can you just remove this video and I'd appreciate it. Nobody does that. Like during this whole time, Braille didn't even reach out to me to say, hey, can you like delete these videos? Like we'd appreciate it. Nope, nothing. Heck, I had this other YouTuber that's huge in the skateboarding industry, and I used out of a whole compilation of clips, a 10-second clip, and instead of just reaching out to me and being like, hey man, can you like remove that clip or delete it? He just copy striked me down, and I'm like, bro, like you didn't need to do that. You could just reach out to me, and it just doesn't make any sense to me why people can't just communicate with others and just simply ask them, yo, can you like remove this clip or can you remove this video? I've had actually other people come up to me in person, just be like, hey man, this video you made, could you remove it? Or even online, and I remove them. Like other people, I'm not going to mention names, but I've made videos on others and they didn't like them or the way that it portrayed them. So they just reached out, hey man, out of respect, can you delete that? Yeah, no problem. It's just takes 2 seconds. It's no big deal. Instead of contacting somebody to remove the video, you go after them and threaten them with lawyers. There's even a video where he says that he's going to come out to where I live and deal with me, and he never did. Nothing ever happened, and he could have just messaged me. Braille could have messaged me. Can you remove those videos? And I would have done it. No problem.
Like working with them.
Admittedly, right, they could have come out and said, we have chosen to get rid of Braille, we have chosen to get rid of Fetty, but it's
Yeah.
not going to do much difference because we know that you've chosen to get rid of him because he's not here anymore. You can't go ahead and say, right, this is why we got rid of Fetty because he did this, 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 and this. As a company with so much influence and power, Braille can't just outright say things they don't know are true. Simple as that.
And
Unless they knew it was true, allegedly. Allegedly. But this is the thing though, is that even though they let him go, he was still working behind the scenes. They were selling his merchandise, were selling his how-to videos, selling his grip tape art tutorial. They even still have him in videos where you figure any controversy with him and everything, they would have just completely got rid of absolutely everything to do with that individual, regardless if it was true or false, just to save their brand and their image, and they didn't, which was really weird. But at the same time, if he was 100% innocent, then you figure, like you said, they would bring him back, they would do video, they keep the videos, they would keep all that stuff and continue business like nothing even happened. But I think based on the circumstances, Braille didn't want to ruin or tarnish their image at all because of one individual.
And I guess they just don't want people to know the truth. But Fetty Potter, if you're gonna watch this, which you probably will, and the rest of the Braille guys, I have no problem talking about any of this or whatnot because I'm not afraid of any of you guys. Because like, you know, you can just hide behind the internet, and you might say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna hide behind."
This guy is like the living. I don't know nothing about this guy, right?
Yeah, you
But
don't.
the vibe that I'm getting from here is like the living, breathing keyboard warrior. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of this. I ain't scared of that. And I bet if you approached him in real life, he'd be the quickest one to turn his tail and dip.
That's the thing, man. You don't know who I am. You can assume that all you want. You can judge a book by its cover, and I love that when people underestimate an individual. But that's the thing, though, is I have met a few of the Braille guys in person. There's no issues, no qualms. Like, yeah, like you might think that about me, but yeah, you'll be surprised.
You don't know who they are or who they know or who their associates are,
No, it's
or
true though.
and that goes the same with the guy that
I
you're
like how you
talking
pause
about.
it and
So
kind
you
of
have
look
no
all
idea
funny.
who their family members or anybody are, and it's like vice versa. So
Exactly.
just what comes around goes around. So that's some of the updates on the.
No, it's true though. It's 100% true. You know, it's exactly, it goes both ways. I might not know who any of these individuals are, or who they're associated with, or who they may know, and it can go both ways. You know, you might look at me, some guy with long hair, glasses, keyboard warrior, as you put it, but you have no idea who I am, my history, or who I might be associated with, or was associated with. And that's the thing, like I said, you people underestimate people, and it really catches them off guard.
All right, this guy's done. I didn't watch this video before recording this reaction, obviously, considering he's not making any really good points at all.
You
So
want
what
good
happened to Fetty is we've
points?
been given.
I'm not gonna bother watching the rest of it because he kind of goes on with the other video where it's supposedly that he's now innocent. So if Dan actually looked into all the videos that have been posted, he would find that yes, there was photos of Fetty Potter dropping off the girl at her house, which initially started this whole thing. And if you look through the history and what has been presented, there's photos of him with her. Yeah, innocent enough. You know, he's taking a photo with a fan, whatever. It's no big deal. There's no evidence there, right? Then this is the thing, is that there was actual Snapchats and conversations between this girl and Jason Semmel. And the thing is that she sends a photo of her having hickeys and basically states to him, like, you know, big hickeys. He says sorry, and basically that she'll wear makeup or leave her hair down, and he just kind of laughs about it and stuff like that. And then there was a situation with her friends at her high school, and he goes, "LOL, see what you did," like getting him into trouble. And she goes, "They called you out. Me, question mark, sorry, daddy." And during that same
Good to know.
time, you can see that Fetty Potter
Right.
had
So
hickeys
that's all
on
I'm saying.
his neck that could have been his fiance at the time, which I think was his ex, or possibly this girl that he was supposedly seeing. Well, not supposedly, because there is photos of him dropping her off and them together and the conversations. Alright, so there's him with hickeys, her with hickeys, and this is where the thing is that he states that he only met her that one time, dropped her off, but there's photo proof of them together prior to him dropping her off. And he claims to me on Twitter and to everybody that he had no idea how old she was. He thought she was 20 the whole entire time, regardless if it was one time, multiple times. He was under the impression that she was 20. And regardless on what happened with them together, he thought she was 20, even if she was, a different age. He was under the impression she was 20. Then there was this video released from the girl herself talking about when they first met, during their, starting of the relationship to where it eventually ended up with what happened in this whole situation. And I found this little snippet. You can watch it yourself, but this is one little snippet. This is really his word against her word, but here, I'll just play it.
And I knew that he was suspicious, so after telling him about a high school class I was in, I revealed that I was only 14 and had lied. He still proceeded to sit on a bench and kiss me.
So there you go. So she admits that she lied. She's not denying that she lied, but she admitted her age to him, and he still continued, and that's when things escalated and serious things happened. So if she's telling the truth, then Fetty's should be in a lot of trouble. But there's no real evidence or proof other than her word against his and his word against hers. She even states that she'll take a lie detector test, tells Fetty Potter to take a lie detector test. Like I said, Fetty Potter, when he talked to me, all he said was, regardless on what happened, I always thought she was 20. And that may be true, but he also got caught lying to the police, and he lied about only meeting her that one time when he dropped her off. But there, like I said, there was photos of them together prior, the hickey situation with the messages. But in all reality, the reason why the police aren't going to do anything is because it's his word against hers. You may believe her, you may believe him, maybe a little bit of each. They both lied. It was a really, really harsh situation for both individuals. And the thing is, like I said, if the police don't have enough evidence, they can't press charges. Even if a crime was committed, an illegal act, anything, if they don't have enough evidence, they can't pursue it. They can't do anything. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's like, yeah, he wasn't charged. He's innocent. That may be the case. That may not be the case. He could be actually, responsible criminally, but because they don't have any evidence, they can't charge him with the crime. And like I said, when Fetty contacted me, he kind of stuck to it. Didn't basically acknowledge or agree or disagree with the fact that something happened. He just said that she thought she was 20. And when he realized that I wanted to talk more or whatnot to him and find out what really happened, he just blocked me right away. Then he got lawyers involved and tried to go after me, try to go after her family. I don't think anything ever happened. I'd never been sued. He's made all these threats and nothing happened.
Where he said that the girl said that she was 20 years old to him instead of the 14-year-old that she actually was. And bear in mind, girls really do this. I've seen this a lot in different kind of sting operations and stuff. This is a real thing that happens, and people get excused for it because it's not their fault. In this situation, if Fetty was found innocent by the law, then that is most likely the case. Now, I can't speak on how the law treat people like this or whatever it may be, but you would think, as most of these police officers probably have families, kids, daughters maybe, they would want to make sure this guy gets done. So they're not going to be letting him off for the fact that he says that the girl said she was 20 if she didn't say that. They would have obviously had to have checked through the messages, and if they didn't check through... And if they did check through the messages and saw that she never said that, Fetty would have been convicted. Sure.
Not necessarily. It's a he said, she said. There's no real evidence other than his word against hers. And that's the thing is, I don't think the police really bothered checking messages. They don't really have, I guess, enough grounds for a warrant. There's no evidence other than, he lied to the police, she lied to the police, or him, or Fetty Potter, about her age, and they're going off each side of the story. And if there's not enough evidence to really do anything, they can't do anything. Like Dan, for example, you hear a window smashed outside your house, alright? You go outside, you see somebody standing there with a baseball bat next to your car with the window broken. You can't criminally charge them. You're going to assume that it was them that broke your window. It was probably them, but the police can't actually criminally charge them because there's no witnesses. It's your word against theirs. And it happens all the time. Like, I've been through it, trust me. Like, even in like assault cases, like if you and it's one other person fighting it out and there's no witnesses, no evidence, and you go, this guy attacked me, or this, vice versa, and they deny it, they can't do anything. There's no evidence. That's just plain and simple law. Like, yeah, they could have probably looked into all that, but I highly doubt it.
Surely. Now, I'm no police officer, I'm no lawyer, so I can't speak completely knowledgeable on this, but that just seems like common sense. I'm gonna do a quick Google search and find out if Fetty 100% was found innocent.
Yeah, he does his little Google search and find out that he never got charged, but that's the thing is, there, like I said, there's tons of situations where people actually commit acts of violence or crime, and just because there's no evidence, they can't be criminally charged and they're let go. Like, it happens almost daily, all the time. There's plenty of situations where this happens, even in murder cases, when they don't have enough evidence to charge somebody. If people aren't going to admit to it, there's no witnesses, no video proof or any other stuff, then, and this is the thing, is like, I'm pretty sure Fetty Potter, Jason Semmel, never had any other police incidents in life. So the police are also going to look at it as like, maybe she lied and he's telling the truth, or maybe he lied and she's telling the truth, but there's no evidence. We're not going to pursue it. We don't want to ruin his life because this would devastate his life and everything going on for him. And pretty much also in her situation, what has happened, has happened, and there's not much the police can do unless there was 100% without a doubt that there could have been criminal charges. As we're all aware, it happens all the time in the news where a girl claims this guy did this and he denies it, and it's just false allegations and there's no evidence, so then no criminal charges. It happens almost all the time. So that was quite interesting to actually watch that and hear his reaction and his opinion and his side of what he thinks happened or didn't happen, based on just the one or two videos he looked up, rather than looking up everything between the history of him dropping her off, lying about them previously meeting before that, where there was actual photos, then the hickeys, the messages back and forth. And like I said, based on all that, there's not enough evidence. And even then, like in California, I think the laws are a bit different. So this actually happened in California, and it states it's generally legal for two individuals to date, irrespective of their ages. However, any activity between the minor and an adult is deemed unlawful, except for situations where the age difference between the minor and the other individual is within the accepted range. So even though there was hickeys and whatever else happened that was actually proved, they can't do anything based on that. It's actually certain acts that would actually get him charged, and there's no evidence of that, and it's a he said, she said situation. She says it happened, he denies it happened, he states he thought her age was 20 the whole time. Even if he said, oh, I knew how old she was, but we didn't do anything. They can't do anything. There's no evidence. They might investigate it, but it doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere. And like Dan thinks that they're going to look into everything, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, man. I've been through a lot. I've been assaulted as well, and the cops, you figure, would actually do their due diligence. There's one time I actually was almost kidnapped, and the police didn't even bother going to the gas station to get the records of one of the individuals that uses cards. So that just goes to show you, you think the police are going to check every avenue. It's like the movies, it's like the TV shows. But not necessarily, you think it's going to happen this way or that, but it all depends on the police officers, and a lot of the times they don't bother following up with a lot of stuff. Even when certain things are caught on camera, sometimes they don't even press charges. Even if there's enough evidence, sometimes they don't even bother pursuing it and pressing charges. So it just really depends on the circumstances and the evidence and what actually transpired and what happened. But like I said, in this case, there's not enough evidence, but that doesn't mean that a crime did take place. It just doesn't mean that they had enough to charge Jason with it. And this all happened about 4 years ago, so I'm actually really surprised that people are still bringing this up to this day. I thought it was just dead and gone, but I guess, new YouTubers, new individuals that are hearing about it are going to start to cover it. And the only way we'll ever know what happened is Jason Semmel, Fetty Potter. He knows what happens, but like I said, he just claims, I didn't know her age, and leaves it at that. I would love to talk to the guy rather than him just, getting up in arms, blocking individuals, and then threatening to sue them, threatening to go after them, and it just really seems weird for an individual that's innocent to go that route rather than just coming out and saying, hey, this is the truth, I didn't know. Or like you said, who cares what individuals say? Just go on with your life. And like, why does it matter what I say, what you say, or anybody else says? You could just ignore it. Also, I just wanted to point out, I've actually seen quite a few of your clips, Dan, online. You're an amazing, phenomenal skater. Pretty good content, really good clips, and keep up the great work, man. I think you could just stay away from some of this drama stuff. Take it from me, after reporting this, it kind of, people treat you a little bit differently. I've met like the Braille guys, some of their associates, and other people that work around them, or even just like friends of them, and they do look at you differently just for reporting, a situation. And the whole message is don't shoot the messenger. And I just wanted to let you know that hopefully in your case it doesn't happen. Because like in my situation, I never expected anybody that would be associated with Braille themselves, or any of their friends, or whoever would treat me differently just for reporting on a story. So I'm just giving you a heads up that you're now going to be on all their radar. And if you ever do meet them, anybody, then they're going to treat you a bit differently. They're going to treat you kind of like, they're going to be cool with you, but they're going to kind of like, want to disassociate from you. So if you ever had any goals of, linking up with Braille and doing stuff, I don't think that's ever going to happen. And I've been trying to stay away from stuff like this because of that situation where you report on things and it burns bridges with other people and you're not even aware of it. You're like just reporting on a story, telling what happened, and it causes a bunch of rifts. And it's one thing if it's people you don't even know, but when it's people you know personally, I can mention names, but I'm not going to bother. And then they treat you differently. It hurts and it sucks, but that's the way life goes, and you just got to move on. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that front. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing in a nutshell. Just wanted to kind of cover it. Came across this. I do want to stay away from kind of this situation and this kind of stuff, but I came across it, used my video. Thanks for using the tag in it. So everybody knows who I am and stuff like that too. But at the same time, that was like 4 years ago. Everybody's kind of moved on. It seems like a lot of people haven't. And yeah, I'm wondering if this is going to be brought up later by other people. I'm surprised a lot of people within the skate industry themselves haven't covered it, but I think a lot of people just want to keep it hush. When one skater does something and it impacts and affects all of us, the stereotype or the negative aspect, a skater does this, well then all skaters do that, and that's not cool at all, because we're all individuals and we all do our own things, and we shouldn't allow what one other person does impact or affect the whole society or the skateboard, industry or family. And we should be working on the positive aspects, and I've been trying to learn from that as well. I'll tell you right now, that person, me doing the videos then, completely different person till now. We are always changing, always adapting, and always learning from our mistakes, either positive or negative. And I've gone through a lot of stuff, so yeah, it's just funny to watch your video and some of your commentary about it, and you're all entitled to your own opinion. But just like I've told other individuals, like another skater that was harassing me and defaming me on my old previous videos, we need to actually get to know each other. Like, you don't know me, I don't know you, but I'm pretty sure if we met, we'd vibe out, we'd skate, and if we didn't, it's all good, man. No hate, but I still like, support skaters regardless. And that other individual, later on came out and apologized to me. So it goes to show you, like, we all go through things and we all learn, and hopefully for the better. And I'm just letting you know, just like you know, we're just a messenger reporting on what's happening. And if Jason Semmel, Fetty Potter, takes a lie detector test, comes out, and it was all false, I'll be the first person to apologize to the guy. But he hasn't done that. He's been silent. He just kind of vanished off the face of this planet because of all this. And it just makes you wonder why. Anyways, I've been rambling on a little bit. I'm going to leave it at that. You all have your own opinion on it. Either he was guilty, either he was innocent. It doesn't matter. The court of law states that there wasn't enough evidence to even pursue charges. So based on that, he's innocent. And the thing is that he only knows if he actually was criminal and actually did these things, and he's not going to admit to it. Obviously, what kind of guy would go out there and admit to, like, doing criminal acts unless he was an idiot. But that's the thing is, based on everything, we'll just leave it at that. And only he really knows what happened and what didn't happen. But like I said, even if charges weren't pressed because there wasn't enough evidence, doesn't mean that a crime did not occur. It just means they didn't have enough evidence to charge or pursue him on it. So yeah, you can agree or disagree. We're all entitled to our own opinions. That's the beautiful thing about life. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Either you agree, disagree, either it's your choice. And I'm interested to hear all of your opinions down in the comments below. Maybe I'll do a reaction video to the comments, reading them off, or just respond to them. But yeah, if you can, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and hopefully we can just put this behind us and move on with our lives. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe. God bless you all. Take care, and peace out.